Cancer is where she has the urge to merge, to feel, to dissolve, and to connect. But here in Capricorn, she is asked to separate, to segment, to take shape under the rule of Saturn, which we can see here in the very beginning of Aries. It's not simply that she's weakened in Capricorn, rather she is tested. The moon in Capricorn must endure structure, must yield to the furrowed row instead of the wild garden. This is not her native movement, but still something grows. There is a poignancy to her task, like a mother asked to discipline when all she wants is to soothe. Capricorn carves lines where the moon would flow, and yet those furrows, those borders, allow the garden to thrive. The full moon is her moment of visibility, her power not in freedom, but in containment. The light she reflects is full, sourced from the sun in Cancer, and in the reflection, we see both the tension and the truth of her journey. In the world, she shows up as division in Capricorn, as detention centers, prison systems, borders, protests. But it's not the protesters nor the police that represent Saturn. It's actually the line between them. The boundary itself is what Saturn rules. In our personal lives, this is a time to work with boundaries, to prune the roses, edge the lawn, rearrange the furniture. These acts of containment are not restriction, but care. They allow energy to flow in new patterns. Emotionally and relationally, this is a time to recognize that separation can create intimacy. In parenting, limits breed safety. In love, individuation renews desire. The moon in Capricorn reminds us that closeness needs structure to be sustained. Next, we're going to take a look at the sun in Cancer. You can see that here. Both the sun and the moon, because of their opposition, fall in the 18 degrees and 50-minute mark of their respective signs. And the sun stands in the moon's home and in the exaltation of Jupiter. It's Cancer. And it is from this place of emotional intelligence, sensitivity, and deep connection that he illuminates her, the moon. And Cancer seeks union. It merges through love, through family, through shared feeling. The sun in Cancer shines like a hearth fire, drawing others close. At the full moon, his light is fully cast upon the moon, and she reflects it back with an emotional clarity that can only come from distance. This opposition marks the height of visibility into and also of tension. What is given must be received across the gap. It's a dynamic of paradox. The source of the merging confronts the demand for separation, and yet through that opposition, we find the fullness of insight. Again, here's that opposition right here in the chart. We can see that. Next, we have Mercury in Leo. You can see Mercury in Leo right here at the 13th degree and 29th minute, or in 13 degrees, 29 minutes. Mercury is theatrical and expressive in Leo, and brings with him the power of voice, story, and declaration. As the moon conjoined Mercury on her way to fullness, she gathered their bright ideas and dramatized messages into her emotional body. But below the nodal plane, she internalized them, not to broadcast, but to meditate on. This is the difference between speaking and knowing. Mercury in Leo wants to shine, but the moon's journey here is about gestation, of insights, of conversations, of ideas that are not yet ready to be spoken aloud. This is a time for journaling, for dreaming out loud on the page, for planning what may be born once the moon wanes. Then we are going to look at Mars in Virgo, close to that south node. Mars in Virgo is not loud or brash. He is precise. His sword is a scalpel. His action is a strategy. The moon's conjunction with Mars brings a quiet force into her orbit, a drive to cut away the unnecessary, to act with integrity and clarity. There is a healing energy here, one that mirrors post-operative care, the rest after the incision, the discipline required for full recovery. Mars here offers support in organizing our energy and tidying our anger, in restoring vitality through purposeful doing. Next, we're going to be looking at Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is the undercurrent, the tectonic shift beneath the emotional crust in Aquarius. He brings collective transformation, systems being torn down, power redistributed, the hidden surfacing in sudden ways. The moon's upcoming conjunction with Pluto marks a deepening. This is the part of the healing process that itches, that aches, like a bone resetting beneath the cast. There is the pain in the knitting, but also progress. In our lives, this may be the time when wounds begin to close, not with ease, but with significance. The moon's light, now waning, shines on what we've endured and what is still integrating. It's a moment for sitting in discomfort without feeling it, for recognizing the transformation that's occurring even if it feels like unraveling. Saturn in Aries is a paradox. We've taken a look at Saturn before, just moments earlier, but we can see them there again next to Neptune. Structure in a sign that desires independence. He's the stern elder trying to contain a wildfire. When the moon meets him in her final quarter, there will be a sense of collapse. The body tired, the spirit stretched thin. Yet this can also be a place of support if we let it be. Saturn may be tough, but he holds